Good evening, it's Steve-O here from the Elite FPL podcast, and as I promised, I will be doing a very late night live reactatory podcast to what has happened this evening. Now, I literally have no idea what has happened, not a clue. So, what's going to happen is this. I'm now going to turn on the PlayStation. Meaning that is what's going to tell me. Anybody in chat, please do not tell me anything that's happened because I want to make this as a surprise. Please do not tell me anything that has happened. Please avoid spoilers, okay? Hello, anybody that has joined me and is saying hello at the moment, but I'm trying to avoid anything to do with chat. So I've just turned the PlayStation 4 on. That'll help me see the results. I'm now going to turn the TV on. That'll get me onto there. Brett Mollison, hello. Yasin Klush, hello there. Cameron Sultan, hello there. Welcome to this live reactionary podcast. Yeah, please, Cameron, do not write anything whatsoever. Here we go. This is how it is going to happen live. Now, as I stated, there is going to be a slightly different format to this once you see how I react, but here we go. The game has just loaded. In fact, hold on a minute. Let's switch that around. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to try and avoid looking at the thing at the moment. I don't want to look. I want to try and click on that bit there, the My Team, so I don't mess it up for anything. As you can see, it seems to be taking forever to load up. What a surprise. Ridiculous. I don't want to be looking at anything over there, and I don't want to look, so hopefully I can avoid looking at that. And please just load up quick. I know this sounds ridiculous when you're doing this live, but I don't want to see anything. I just want to click on that to avoid that screen. Right, gone. Thank you. Blimey. So, I'm now going to click on the fixtures bit, which obviously you cannot see. But as we move back there, we'll click on the fixtures bit. Away we go. And we're going to find out what the scores were. So here we go. Well, so for anybody that joined me live earlier on, I said to you guys, I said, listen to my predictions that I did the other day, which were, God blimey, if only I put money on this. Only I put money on this, and of course everything messes up when you actually want it to do. So I said to everybody regarding this, our predictions that we did on our, what do you call it, preview show. I went 4-0 Chelsea. It ended 3-0. I have no idea who got the returns. Man City, I said 5-0. It was 2-0. And Spurs, I said 2-0. It ended 2-0. So, let's find out exactly who got the point, shall we? Whew. Right then, here we go. So, let's click on that. Yes! Thank you! Oh my God. So, the reason why I'm excited is because Hudson-Odoi, he got an assist, but he also got a bonus point. That's amazing! So, so Hazard goal and assist, Loftus-Cheek goal and assist, and Giroud. Ooh, well that's, I'm assuming, I'll find that in a minute, I'm assuming Higuain didn't start. On to Man City, De Bruyne and Sane. Oh, Laporte got an assist, damn. Well that's annoying, isn't it? And Jesus got an assist. So De Bruyne and Sane scored. Jesus and Laporte with the assist. And on to Spurs quickly. Eriksen's son. Ooh, and Eriksen with the assist. Wow. So I'm going to switch the camera around. And now we can see what points I got. Oh, this is going to be the interesting bit. This is going to be the big 83 point total. Okay, is that added on the... Yes, it was added on the bonus points. Okay. So, right, okay, that's 83 points. That's decent. And it has added on the bonus. That's cool. That's very cool indeed. So let's just quickly look over. Oh, it hasn't added the bonus. Oh. Sorry, it hasn't actually added the bonus yet. Right, okay, cool. What I'm going to do now quickly is I'm going to go on to a popular forum site. Here we go. And I'm going to look at the team news which happened tonight's games quickly. So we move down here. Let's see the... So Higuain didn't start. Right, okay. So as per Equator, Kepa, yeah, Christensen, Louise, Emerson, Kante, Georgina. Ah, good. Excellent. So Tottenham's team is pretty much full strength. Man City, this is the one that I want to see. Oh, of course, Raheem Sterling's done nothing. Oh my goodness. Wow. Just realised Raheem Sterling did absolutely nothing. Let's have a look at what points he did. Oh, he didn't even play today. Hold on a minute, what was that? Just then it just said on the, let me just switch back to what I'm looking at. Oh, it's a full stop. So Raheem Sterling, Bernardo Silva, David Silva among the substitutes. Oh, God. So people like FPL Boona, for example, that captained him and various others. Right. Okay. Now we're going to look at my team again. Just quickly have that up. So, as I stated, I'm on 83 points, but Hudson-Odoi is going to get me 1 point. That's 84. Hazard with a further 3. That's 87. So I'm going to end up on 87 points. That's, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. The key one now is to look at Jason's team. And I think because of the Laporte assist plus clean sheet, and I'm assuming he's going to get bonus points. Let's just quickly find out now. He's got to get bonus. Yeah, he's going to get 2 points. Ah, damn. Danilo, what a surprise. Mine and Jason's nemesis of the previous double game week. But here we go. Jason's team is going to be on 83. Come on, look, 88. Oh, damn. 88, 89, 90. 91, 92, 93. Jason's going to end up on 93 points. So he's going to end up... So basically, if we look at the Torberry Mini League that we take very seriously because it's our cash league, I kind of made up, because of Jason's 20-point hit, I kind of 10 points. It means absolutely nothing. And basically that 10 points has been wiped out by Laporte tonight. Absolutely gutting. I just can't catch the guy, can I? There's nothing I could do to catch Jason. But let's have a look at Jason's team, shall we, quickly. So Kepa, of course, in goal. Trent Alexander-Arnold, of course, didn't play today. So who's the players that play tonight? So Laporte, Hazard, Sterling. But I'll tell you a team that will that will interest you lot. It was my mate Pete Andrews, who's the gambler. And look who he triple captained. Have a look at who he triple captained. Good old Hazard. So he's going to get a further 9 points on that alone. So that's what takes him up to 91. Is that right? Is my maths correct there? 91, yeah. Wow. Now then, the question is, though, I said to myself to captain Hazard in this podcast, if everybody would like to remind me, basically reminding myself, I did say Hazard was potentially the best captain choice, and it looks like I've been proven right again, based on the simple fact that he got a goal and assist plus maximum 3 bonus, considering Sterling's done nothing and Aguero, barring his goal and assist, he didn't play tonight. Now obviously, as someone just mentioned just there, Laporte has done it again. He did it again, didn't he? Because he did it in the last double game week 25. He got one of the highest scores, and this game week, look at that, 16 points. Yeah, quite extraordinary. He's going to get a further 2 points, as I just said. So he's going to end up on 18 points. So he's almost matched what he did the other day, the last double game week he did. So maybe he's a player worth looking into when it comes to the double game week 25. But wow, what an evening! What like I said, all my predictions I said would all end in clean sheets. That's all come to fruition. Man City again. I don't know how the game went. I don't have a clue. But based on that scoreline, they took it pretty easily. Chelsea winning 3-0. All the players which the Chelsea fans wanted to play because they feel that they play with a bit more freedom seem to have all done really well. You know, Hazard, Loftus-Cheek, Giroud, Hudson-Odoi getting in there. So yeah, look at my other rivals within my Cash Mini League that we do this podcast for, really. Ben Towler, of course, someone that I was really, really worried about, but none of his players came through. And yeah, I was worried about Harry Kane. Done absolutely nothing this double game week, which is absolutely extraordinary. David Silva didn't play. Aguero, his triple captain, didn't play. Higuain didn't play. You know, the only player that's played tonight is Edison. That's it. And that's his total 86. So, as I stated the other day, it looks like I'm going to get second place in this particular mini league. There I am there, second place. I'll just quickly look at Darren Monday's team. 61. There he is. Son. That's his main differential there, but his captain, of course. Just the 6 points. And I'll tell you who else's team I'm going to quickly look at. It will be Mr. Daniel Bull, of course, co-host. 73 points he totaled on, but oh dear, yeah, I keep forgetting he captained Sterling. There it is. Of course, Hazard there. David Silva didn't play tonight. God. Apart from his double Chelsea defence, Kepa being his other one, yeah, complete and utter fail. Ray Joyce saying, couldn't make my 100 target, but I'll take 94 with bonus. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if anybody does break the 100 mark. And do you know what? Let's move on to the Elite FPL podcast mini league, because there are. So I saw John Harris was there in the chat. See if John's broken the 100. Wow. Woo. Well done, John. Look at that. 117 points. Well done, mate. So, Edison there. David Luiz coming in tonight. Hudson-Odoi, that major differential. Let's be honest here, massive major differential. Hazard, of course, for him. And last night, remember, Jimenez and Matt Ryan was playing tonight. Remember, John played a bench boost. So, yeah, absolutely fantastic result there. God, he's just messaged to say that almost broke the top 50. I think probably could break. Do you know what I'm going to do, everybody? I'm just going to come away from the Elite FPL podcast for a second, and I'm going to look at Davey FPL. Now, most of you will know who Davey is. He's a massive YouTuber. He's doing absolutely phenomenally overall rank. He's 23rd as of yesterday in the overall rank. And here we go. Let's see what Davey did. Now, John will be interested in this. 101. So you beat Davies there. Score. Oh, of course, a no Higuain show. David Luiz obviously coming in, Edison. So yeah, actually, Davey FPL, he's had a good evening, of course he has, with Hazard coming through, David Luiz and Edison, but yeah, the other ones in Higuain as a differential, yeah, it hasn't come through. Van Aanholt, Schlupp, the double up on Crystal Palace. I mean, they paid off in the game week before, but I wonder how the players ahead of him. So let's just look at number one in the overall rankings, just to see where John Harris's 117 fares. So 97 for the number one in the world. And he had Laporte. He's got Laporte in there. David Luiz coming through. Not many differential. His bench though. Cameron Marassa. God. Now, admittedly, you weren't going to play him, but having that 10 points staring you on the bench when you got players like, I know again this is all hindsight, but this Higuain sat there with and Cameron Marassa with 10 points. It's crazy. Thank you, Ray Joyce. So Ray Joyce just commented here that the new format seems to work really well. I agree with you. I don't mean to say it from a narcissistic point of view, but I'm stating the obvious, but you guys are literally just watching what I'm looking at. And I'm going to do it again just for anybody that didn't watch really, it was an experiment earlier on. The setup is quite simply this. That's my TV. And my mobile phone is on a stand. And I can just move it in and out. Blah, blah, blah. Done. Just like so. Not too difficult. Pretty simple setup, to be honest with you. Works absolutely perfectly fine for like I say, for the foreseeable future. This is how I can do these solo podcasts. You can just basically watch along with me, looking at exactly what I'm looking at, rather than, as I keep stating, looking at me like this and kind of talking through teams and everything without you really knowing what's on the screen. So I'm glad I came up with this solution, and I'm glad that you guys have basically given me the feedback to say it's working really, really well. So thank you very much. But I'm going to switch back to the old this one here, and let's get back to the Elite FPL podcast, shall we say? And let's just see some of John Harris. So let's just quickly recap. John Harris, a whopping 117 points. Well done. Absolutely amazing. Now, unlike Jason, I do not have a live rank app or anything to see where you're going to end up. But I would like to think, like you just said, that you're going to be what? Go up 10 places, maybe 46th, 45th, 47th, around that. The late 40s, I reckon you're going to end up. Maybe even higher. Maybe even higher. You never know. So moving on to Daniel Ash. So Brett Mollison has just said a minus 16. But remember, Brett, that 16's already vanished. It's gone. So the points that John's made up tonight, especially with, remember, how many people have got Hudson-Odoi? Apart from me and John, probably nobody. But we'll just quickly look at his overall ownership. And the simple answer is he is in 2.6% of teams. You won't be able to see that there, but I'll just quickly... He's only in 2.6% of teams, and I doubt many people even played him, to be honest with you. In fact, I know that somebody, I can't think who, benched him, but whatever, that's not going to affect. But I would say that the rivals that John has got in the overall rankings, even in the FPL podcast, no one will have had Hudson-Odoi. Hardly anybody. In fact, I can't even put a percentage on it, but certainly hardly anybody would have had a Hudson-Odoi. So that Hudson-Odoi differential, plus he's going to get an extra bonus point as well. It's going to be those 7 points are going to be huge in the grand scheme of things. So in answer to your point, yeah, in theory, John Harris has got 101 points. If we were to do, so what we do in the Torbay Elite Cash Mini League, we do give out a prize for the highest game week score, and we do take hits into account. So as Brett Mollison is quite rightly stating, John had took a 16-point hit, but okay, so he got 101 points officially. But in the grand scheme of things, these 7 points that Hudson-Odoi is going to get is going to be a massive boost to John's rank, to be honest with you. So, yeah, that Hudson-Odoi pick by not just John, but me as well, paid off. So, Cy Bellamy, didn't wreck my team, did I, mate? Now then, Daniel Ash. Let's see how well he's eventually done in the end. Ooh, 88 points. Any differentials in there which have really come through? No, that was the problem with this double game week. There weren't many differentials to choose from. I mean, he had Duffy there, but he wasn't going to do anything this game week particularly. But look, triple captain Aguero. I mean, it's paid off, like I said, but so unfortunate not to be participating in this Cardiff game. Could you imagine what it could have been? What it could have been, this scoreline, if Aguero had started, you know. So on to Kelvin Choi. See what he got. He's on 71 at the moment with a free hit. Any differentials from tonight? Oh, Captain Sterling. Oh, and there's Bernardo Silva staring in the face that didn't play. Ouch. Oh, here we are. This is my point. Who's on the bench? Hudson-Odoi. Now, admittedly, you're not exactly going to play Hudson-Odoi ahead of any of the players on the screen here. I will grant him that. But someone put up on Instagram earlier on that Tarkowski of Burnley scored more points than the whole of the United defence put together across the first of the two matches that they played. I mean, that just sums up this double game week full stop, to be honest with you. Sorry, just taking a bit of water there and just continue looking at Daniel Ash's, Kelvin Chow's team. So barring John Harris at the moment, I wonder if I'm going to find a 100-pointer in the league at the moment. Jack Gleeson won't have a 100-pointer now on 67 points. No chance. Sane paid off in the end, but he's going to get Rondon coming on for Felipe Anderson. But other than that, nothing of... So someone in chat, T-Tac, I got 102 with no chip. T-Tac, are you in our Elite FPL Mini League? If so, whereabouts are you? I may be able to bring up your team here. Yeah, Ray Joyce making the comment, after all the Sterling talk, he returns the least of anyone in my team. Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it, how fantasy football works? Oh, so T-Tac isn't actually in the mini league. Fair enough. So I'll quickly look at FPL Booner's team, a regular contributor to this particular show. And, oh, yeah. 64 points. Jesus Christ. I mean, he's feeling bad. I know he is about this particular game week, but this has been terrible, and especially when you decide to go with a differential captain in Sterling, and he's just done absolutely nothing this game week. But the thing is, I mean, I did... Do you know what? I'm not going to say hindsight. I'm not going to say that because I did bring up the real statistics in what Aguero, Hazard and Sterling do when they're at home and away from particular teams. And of course I can't find... here we are. Idiot. So, as I say, I do all my basic research. Predominantly it's all done regarding, you know, actual statistics and everything. And just to alliterate, so I did make the point that Hazard is a flat track bully. Now, we didn't play against Cardiff, so we don't know what he could have done against Cardiff. But he played today and he did exactly the same as what he did against Brighton in the previous match, which was get a goal and get an assist. Sterling and Aguero, I mean, again, this is all hindsight, but the stats are here. It's staring me in the face, and their record away to the bottom 6 teams is terrible. It's really, really poor. So to alliterate, Sterling versus the bottom 6 away from home, he'd only scored 2 goals and has got 4 assists. Aguero, the same amount of games versus the bottom 6, only scored 2 goals and got 3 assists. So it was staring you in the face, whereas Hazard has played 11 away, 5 goals and 4 assists, but he didn't play against Cardiff, so that's kind of void. But then at home, you know, Hazard's played 10 home matches, scored 7, assisted 3. Well, Sterling and Aguero, they didn't play tonight, so we can't really comment, but the stats did suggest that they would go ballistic against this team if they'd have played, but they didn't. So I think for me, this particular game week has reinforced my belief in history and direct data rather than looking at underlining statistics and reading into what could potentially happen rather than what has already happened. And I got a lot of stick. I didn't get a lot of stick at all. People were just basically saying that, you know, this doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. It's about the form at the moment, which is really, really true. I completely agree with that. But, you know, the real life raw data doesn't lie. And to be honest with you, I think when I next do my research for the upcoming game week, I think I'm going to go with my gut. And in this case, I wish I'd just gone with Hazard captain. Now, again, I can say that all with hindsight now, but at the end of the day, if I'd have gone with Hazard captain, I'd be up by, well, by something like, I can't even do the maths, but I would have been up on the Aguero captaincy pick. That is a simple fact. And you know, you can replay the preview video, but I did say Hazard is possibly the best option to captain this particular game week, just based on the fact that he's a flat track bully. That is about as basic, simple facts as you can get. So yeah, pretty disappointing double game week, to be honest with you. You know, City didn't beat Fulham well, they beat them comprehensively, but they didn't exactly destroy them like we all thought. Cardiff, of course, edging, just losing out 2-1 to Chelsea with no Hazard in that game whatsoever, apart from like a 15-minute cameo, whatever it was. I mean, the big winners really were Jimenez, I suppose, Jota, Hazard in the end. That'd be the main tool. Laporte coming out. But let's be honest here. I've got what was predominantly the dullard team in. So I had 9 players out of the 11, which the majority of people would have picked. And look at this: Lindelof 1 point, David Luiz 8, Schlupp 7, Pogba 4, Sterling 3, Rashford 7, but again he didn't play in one of the matches. Well, last night he didn't play. Aguero only played 1 match, didn't play last night. And Jimenez, well, he was the main big winner. Let's be honest here, Jimenez was probably the main big winner that everybody completely overlooked. So quite extraordinary, really. Absolutely extraordinary. I think I'm probably going to leave it there. Not much to really talk about, to be honest with you. I mean, the main, from my point of view, the main one is going to be to see where John Harris ends up with his, well, again, I'm going to alliterate this point. Hudson-Odoi differential coming through. That's the main key differential for John Harris to push up the... In fact, why don't we just quickly look overall at where he is. So this may help you out, actually, John. So we'll quickly go on to... So there's John Harris there, 56th overall rank. Let's quickly look at the team below him. Let's see who he had playing tonight. And the simple answer is... So he's on 99. So he's going to be ahead of him easily because there's been no differential. So already Hudson-Odoi is paying off straight away for John. So he's already ahead of this particular individual. You've then got Tom Reed ahead of him in 55th place. And, yep, John, you've moved up at least 1 place. So you're up to 55th. That's the main thing. 54th. Oh, here we go. Sane. That's the main. So, it's going to be difficult, John. Look at these differentials. I mean, he's got Sane in there. That may hurt you, considering Sane, I believe, is going to get 2 bonus points. Is that right? Oh, he's going to get nothing. Oh, okay. Fair enough. I didn't realise that. I thought Sane would be getting a minimum of 1 point, but no, maybe not. Actually, John, you could... You know, I'd like to think you're going to move into the top 50. You are right. I reckon, yeah. God, that's Equator. It's going to be really close, John. Let's just put it like that. I think it's going to be really close for you getting the top 50. I'd like to think you will do. Just for the representation of the elite FPL. That's a good score though, isn't it? Looks like 51. Wow. So John Harris has just messaged to say that based on his live rank, it looks like he's going to end up on 51 points. But look at that for a free hit team. 109 points. That is it's one hell of a team. I'll just quickly let you look at that for a second. So this team here is 53rd in the world at the moment, and it looks like, as I alliterate, as John's just put up, John's going to end up 51st in the world. But yeah, I think I'm going to end it there. There's not much more I can add really. I may just quickly look over the overall. I always like looking at the overall rankings sometimes just to see how I've compared. Brett Mollison, hopefully I'm in the top 1 million to end the game week for the first time. Brett, you must feel so, I don't know, it must feel really weird being like a regular viewer of this particular podcast, but being, I don't mean this any disrespect, it's just the fact, but being so low down in the overall rankings, it must feel really, really peculiar. So this is second in the whole world, 86 points. And, oh, the bonus points have come in. Here we go. Bonus points have finally come in. Oh, so the game's updating pretty quickly there. That's all right. So that's second in the world. So, oh, and I'll quickly check my points quickly. So I ended up on 87. I'm not going to do the minus 12. Hey, look at that. Beautiful. Nice. 7 points from Hudson-Odoi. Fantastic. Great differential. That has proved to be a fantastic differential, that. But it's meant nothing in the grand scheme of things compared to Jason, because Jason's just going to continue dominating as because of that simple Laporte pick, basically. It's going to end up on 93 points, minus 20, so that's what, 73. Again, it's that Laporte, that's all that counts. So Laporte, oh, Kepa, yeah, that was cancelled out by David Luiz. So really tonight, yeah, it's just Laporte that's done it for me. Shame, really. Absolute damn shame. If only Cardiff could have scored tonight. All ifs and buts. But, wow. Yeah, so game week 33 is approaching. And like I said, I've done no transfers whatsoever. And a lot of talk is going to be about whether to captain this guy, Hazard, against West Ham United at home. Monday evening football as well. You'll find out tomorrow evening, so I'll just quickly switch to me for a second. So tomorrow evening, I think it's just going to be me and Jason because Dan has a prior engagement, unfortunately, so I don't think he's going to join us. So it'll be just me and Jason tomorrow evening at 6:30 previewing blank game week 33. We'll get Jason's thoughts on this particular double game week, this disappointing double game week, to be honest with you. I think Jason really should be happy like me. His differentials in Laporte and, well, basically Laporte, and my differential in Hudson-Odoi, I'm really happy with. Couldn't have asked for much more, to be honest with you. I did say that I'd like to think that over the 2 games, Hudson-Odoi, I would have thought would have got me a minimum of an assist. He got exactly what I asked for. Like I said, it'd be interesting to see an overall picture of what Jason feels his double game week 32 went, remembering that he did take a 20-point hit. But the question is, moving forward, what he's going to be doing with his team, because if I just quickly switch back, I have got 7 players. Now, I say 7 because I just don't think Hudson-Odoi is going to play on Monday evening. Again, if anybody wants to comment in the inbox below, if anybody wants to put in chat now, but I unless Hudson-Odoi had a storm tonight, it'll probably be back to the usual of Higuain up front, Pedro and Willian and Hazard, probably, at a random guess. But so I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 players. I'm looking potentially to do a -4, to be honest with you, but I'm almost certainly, if I go to the transfers page, my initial thoughts for game week 33 are to get rid of Sterling. I think I'm probably going to get rid of him. I'm going to bring back in Mane. So we'll just quickly scroll over there briefly. Where is Mane? Oh, there it is. Quickly bring in Mane. And play, yeah. Bring in Mane into my team. Take me up to 8 official players that are guaranteed to play. And then I'm probably... Ooh, this is a tough one. I'm probably going to get rid of... In fact, do you know what I'm going to do? You can watch this. I always like looking at this. Looking at the status. I always like to see what players are the most popular being getting... And, Aguero's being transferred out quite a lot. He's being transferred out a lot. A hell of a lot, in fact. So, So the Daily Llama, I think I've brought in Vardy and Telemans for this week, trying to use the form guide instead of... Yeah. Well, actually, Daily Llama, I'm bringing in Vardy. And the question is, do I captain him or not? That's the main thought process that is going through my head. So, like I said, it's either get rid of Pogba or Sterling for Mane. Probably Sterling for the time being for Mane. Ring him in at the moment. And then will it be Jimenez, Rashford or Aguero to bring in for Vardy? And the simple answer is I'll probably go with Rashford out. But someone made a point on the Fantasy Football Scout site that when it comes to double game week 35, there's going to be a lot of talk regarding rotation because there's a lot of European games coming up. I'm going to have to do so much research because obviously when we look at this here, so again, I don't want to bang on about this, but we're doing our preview tomorrow, but there's nothing that stands out here. It's just this game here. Everton versus Arsenal. Everton's form as of late has been absolutely fantastic. Arsenal's away record has been poor. I can actually see that ending in a 0-0 draw, possibly 1-1. Maybe Everton to win like they did against Chelsea, 2-0. I don't know, but yeah, that's a tough one to call, but it doesn't really stand out. But certainly when we move forward into game week 35, Arsenal have got two fantastic fixtures. Crystal Palace at home and Wolves away, which, let's be honest here, Wolves' form versus the top six is absolutely... In fact, I believe of the teams versus the top six, Wolves are like second or third in a mini table, but yeah, I just can't look past Aubameyang or Lacazette. In fact, my front three for the double game week 35 was looking like this. If I'm honest with you, it was going to be, Aubameyang, and I was going to be bringing in Harry Kane for that particular double game week. So double game week 35, that was going to be my front three: Aguero, Aubameyang and Kane. I haven't decided yet, but I am seriously tempted on using my triple captainship on either Aguero or Sterling because their form versus the top six is excellent. And just like I said about Hazard being a flat track bully versus the bottom six teams, Aguero and Sterling seem to be bullies versus the top six. So yeah, I'm seriously tempted by that, but yeah, these three here are going to be my probable three double game week 35 plays. Because I'll tell you why. The reasoning why is because Southampton have got such good fixtures for that. Newcastle away and Watford away. I can see them being really tight games. And Southampton's assets are absolutely fantastic. Cheap. They are in good form at the moment. I would happily bring in certainly Valerie. Valerie 4.1 is absolutely superb value for 4.1. And then if we move down, Ward-Prowse, his form as someone pointed out on a particular on the Fantasy Football Scout. I mean, look at that. Just goals, goals, goals. Scores 3, blank 3. Scores for 3. So he'll probably blank for 3 now. So actually, looking at that pattern now, I'll probably avoid. But certainly you cannot escape that form there. Just absolutely extraordinary. Redmond's another one potentially to look at. Again, only 5.3 million. And another team that I'm actually seriously considering is Watford assets. Because, move that quickly across now. Watford away at Huddersfield. Watford away at Huddersfield, where are they? There. And then as we bring this down, they're at home to Southampton. Again, 2 excellent fixtures. Yeah, it's going to be really, really interesting. Now I know that Jason is wildcarding in game week 34. I'm going to be wildcarding in game week 34. And of course, Brighton have a double game week, that particular game week. Look at them fixtures as well. Brighton at home to Bournemouth. I think that's going to be both teams to score in that, and both teams to score in that as well. But certainly worth bringing in someone like Duffy or Dunk, maybe even having Matt Ryan. I don't think I'm going to load up on Brighton players for the sake of it. But look at that. Imagine having Harry Kane versus Huddersfield at home. That's going to be really, really interesting. Man City away at Crystal Palace. You've got the tough one there, Liverpool, Chelsea. I mean, if you're going forward, I mean, looking at Liverpool's fixture after that, away at Cardiff, do we overlook the single game week assets? That's the main question. But I'm probably going to do a special, possibly wildcard special on that particular game week. But like I say, these are all just ifs, buts, and maybes for the time being. But it looks like I'm definitely going to be getting rid of Sterling or Pogba out for Mane for definite this game week, for defensive cover, really. That's all I'm going to be doing it for, defensive cover. And then it's a question of bringing in Vardy for either Aguero or Rashford, which either one I feel. Probably going to wait for the press conferences, to be honest with you, to find out any injury news updates per se, but it looks like Aguero's going to be okay. So, I mean, how much is he at the moment? Let's just quickly find out how much Aguero is right now. He is, I can't even see, 11.9. All right, so I'm only going to lose out on 0.1. Oh, it's not too bad then. It's nothing too major. Right then. I think I'm going to end it there. I think I've spoken enough about alliterate this point. A pretty disappointing end to the double game week 32. As I alliterate, I cannot thank you enough for joining me live. It's been going on for nearly 50 minutes, which again I can't believe. Time just flies by. I'm really happy that you appreciate the new layout, so to speak. I think it has made the viewing experience a lot more enjoyable, a lot more better. The feedback seems to be very, very positive. Like I say, tomorrow evening at 6:30, it's probably just going to be myself and Jason doing the preview to game week 33. Jason will react to this particular double game week 32. We will cover, obviously, our transfers, captaincies and team selection ahead of, obviously, this blank game week. Which, to be honest with you, the way it's going at the moment, me and Jason are kind of holding back. But I've kind of already said what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to assume that Jason's probably going to be bringing back either... Sorry, John Harris has just made a very amusing comment that's completely put me off, which is so true, which is basically Steve-O says goodnight and then he carries on for going on for another hour. But, yeah. So anyway, I completely lost track of what I'm doing. Oh yeah, so Mane will probably be coming into my team, and I would assume he's going to come into Jason's team as well, just for defensive coverage. I can't see him bringing in Salah personally, but who knows? Anyway, if you're completely brand new to what you're watching right now, let's get the adverts out of the way, shall we? By all means, hit the subscribe button. We are one person away from hitting the target that I set of hitting 350 subscribers. So if you are that one person that hasn't subscribed, enjoys the content that you've either watched tonight or you have watched, just hit that subscribe button and you'll be notified when we go live. Talking of notifications, if you do not follow us on Twitter or Instagram, we always advertise when we are going live. I mean, we're talking like the ones that we plan. So basically preview shows and review shows. These solo Reactatory live ones are just completely, barring today because I let everybody know anyway, but they're just completely spontaneous. And it's just one of those where it's just like, yeah, I just feel like doing it. Let's just get on with it. But yeah, that's where we do our advertising through Instagram and Twitter. That's at EliteFPL. Again, as ever, hit that like button if you enjoyed what you've seen. And yeah, myself and Jason will see you all tomorrow evening. Thank you all for joining me and have a good evening all.